Hello, preschoolers. Today we are going to read the story Piggybook by Anthony Brown. Are you ready to hear it? I have my reading glasses, so I'm ready to read. Mr. Piggot lived with his two sons, Simon and Patrick, in a nice house with a nice garden and a nice car in the nice garage. Inside the house was his wife. "Hurry up with the breakfast, dear," he called every morning when he went off to his very important job. "Hurry up with the breakfast, Mom," Simon and Patrick called before they went off to their very important school. So their mom is making them breakfast. After they left the house, Mrs. Piggot washed all the breakfast things, made all the beds, vacuumed all the carpets, and then went to work. So she cleaned up the house and then went to her job. "Hurry up with the meal," the boys called every evening when they came home from their very important school. "Hurry up with the meal, old girl," Mr. Piggot called every evening when he came home from his very important job. So Mom is making dinner, and they're eating, and as soon as they had eaten, Mrs. Piggot washed the dishes, washed the clothes, did the ironing, and then cooked some more. She's doing lots of work at home, isn't she? And while Mrs. Piggot is washing the dishes, doing the laundry, ironing, and cooking, Mr. Piggot and the boys are watching TV. One evening when the boys got home from school, there was no one to greet them. "Where's Mom?" demanded Mr. Piggot when he got home from work. Oh, their mom is not at home. She was nowhere to be found. On the mantelpiece, this right here is called a mantelpiece. It's right above the fireplace, and very often fireplaces will have a shelf like this above them that we sometimes call a mantle or a mantelpiece. So on the mantelpiece there was an envelope. Mr. Piggot opened it. Inside was a piece of paper, and on the piece of paper it says, "You are pigs." Somebody is calling them pigs. "But what shall we do?" said Mr. Piggot. They had to make their own meal. It took hours, and it was horrible. The next morning they had to make their own breakfast. It took hours, and it was horrible. I don't think Mr. Piggot and the boys know how to cook. The next day and the next night and the day after that, Mrs. Piggot was still not there. Mr. Piggot, Simon, and Patrick tried to take care of themselves. They never washed the dishes. They never washed their clothes. Soon the house was like a pigsty. "When is Mom coming home?" the boys squealed after another horrible meal. "How should I know?" Mr. Piggot grunted. They all became more and more grumpy. They just don't know how to take care of themselves. One night there was nothing in the house for them to cook. "We'll just have to root around and find some scraps," snorted Mr. Piggot. So they're crawling on the ground looking for crumbs or something to eat. And just then, Mrs. Piggot walked in. She's back. I wonder what will happen now. "Please come back," they snuffled. Oh, they want their mom back. And look what's happened to them. They turned into pigs. Oh my goodness. So Mrs. Piggot stayed. Mr. Piggot washed the dishes. Oh, he's a person again. Patrick and Simon made the beds. They're people too now. Mr. Piglet did the ironing. And they all helped with the cooking. Sometimes they even sort of liked it. So they're all helping. They're cooking, they're washing the dishes, making the beds, doing the ironing. I wonder if Mrs. Piglet taught them how to do those things. Mom was happy too. Mrs. Piglet is happy because they're helping, and she fixed the car. So Mrs. Piglet is helping by taking care of the car. That's another important job to do, isn't it, around the house? So in that story, we learned that and in a home, it's really good if everybody helps to do all the work, all the chores that need to be done at home. Because at home we need to wash dishes, we need to clean, we need to cook, we need to wash clothes, do laundry. So those are all things that we need to do at home. And when moms and dads go to jobs outside of the home too, then they have to come home and work at home too. So it's really good when the whole family helps with all the work at home. And even children can help at home. So what I would like you to do for your homework is try to think of something that you can do to help at home. Can you pick up your toys? Can you make your bed? Maybe when mom or dad does the laundry, you can help fold the clothes. So try to think of something that you can do to help at home, and then you can draw a picture of yourself doing that, and maybe even send me a picture of your picture. So think of something to do to help at home, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.